Directed by John M. Chu and coming to theaters November 22nd, Wicked, starring Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, is a phenomenal film filled with wonder, suspense, humor, great music, amazing choreography, and beautiful songs. Let's get into this. What is up, everyone? Thank you for joining me for another video. So as I said earlier, we're going to be talking about Wicked, and this movie was beautiful. From my other videos, you guys know I don't really like to say that anything is perfect or flawless, and even if I do say that, I still try to find some negatives in there to kind of balance things out. This movie was absolutely immaculate. Dana Fox and Winnie Holzman wrote the screenplay and also the musical for Wicked itself, and as many people may know or may not know, Wicked is actually a musical, and I actually was not fortunate enough to see the musical itself in person, but I did see it quite a bit a few years ago on YouTube, and I put that thing on repeat. So a little bit of history as to why I love Wicked so much. When I was younger, Anthony and I were in high school, and our high school did these things called lip syncs for our homecoming. So we had homecoming week, and we all dressed up in various outfits and costumes based on the theme, and my class chose Wicked for one of the years. And at first we were like, well, whatever, but Anthony and I are very like theatrical people. We love entertainment, so even though we didn't really want to do a lot of what they wanted us to do, we still were loving it because we loved the music, we loved the idea, and we loved the actual play itself. A lot of these songs really stuck with us, and we got even more engaged in the movie because we have such a connection to it. And I saw that the movie was coming, I'm like, oh well, I'm gonna be front and center for that because I can't wait to see that. I am so amazed at how they did this film. It was just amazing to see the choreography, especially the way how things were timed with the singing, the dancing, the objects that were used, any utensils that were used, any props, that it was just so well done. The way how this was directed, the cinematography was beautiful. As I said earlier, Cynthia Erivo plays Elphaba and Ariana Grande plays Glinda. And these two stole the show, man. I have to say Cynthia Erivo took the show, made it her own, and went to space with it, because it was amazing to see her work, to see her sing, act, the emotions that she conveyed on her face. It was beautiful. And Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo really do have good chemistry, because the way how they were with each other, even when they didn't like each other to when they became friends and whatever else, it was just beautiful to see these two actresses interact and portray these roles the way they did. There are quite a few other people in this movie that made this movie great. You have Jonathan Bailey, Marissa Bode, Michelle Yeoh, Jeff Goldblum, and so many more. The basic premise is you have this young woman, Glinda. There's this other girl who's named Elphaba, but she was born with green skin because of the unfortunate thing that happened when she was younger with her mom and someone else, unfortunately. I don't want to get it too much into things because I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. So throughout the film, you have this classic, oh, this person looks different, let's scorn them, let's make fun of them, let's make them feel like they're such an outcast. And you have the one person who at first might have just been like everybody else, but then kind of grows on them and sees their worth and sees their true value. We get to see a lot of different themes that happen. We have the theme of leaving people out. We have the theme of making fun of people, separating somebody based off their looks as opposed to their character, treating people differently based off their looks and not their character. We also have like the theme of class systems, you know, people who are really rich or people who are really poor or people who are in the middle and want to just make something of themselves, but they're kind of kept there because of their status or where they came from. Hearing these songs really brought me back to when I first heard them when I was in high school and we were doing this lip sync, and over the years that I've heard them again and I've listened to them, and even my girlfriend, she was watching it with me and we even got matching shirts. She even said that when we were in the car ride, she was saying like, yeah, I heard you singing some of the songs, and I didn't realize that I was singing them. I knew that I like hummed a little bit of it, but I didn't realize that I was singing them, just because a lot of them I love because I grew up with it, you know, and it just hit me in a different way, that the way how this was made so beautifully, it really gripped me. And I didn't even realize that this was part one. I didn't know that they were going to do multiple parts to this. So I'm very curious to see where they go with the story and with other movies that they do. I'm curious to see what they tell and what unfolds. There's not many issues, if any at all, that I had with this movie. If I had to choose, if I really had to nitpick and choose, I would say there's one scene And I won't give too much away, I'll just say a library. One scene that if that were to be completely taken out, you might lose a little bit of the story, but not too much that you can't put the pieces together from other scenes. I wouldn't say that that scene wasn't needed, but if that scene were to somehow not be in the movie anymore, it wouldn't really make that much of a different impact on the movie. I just want to say, like, let's just take a minute and just appreciate art. It doesn't matter your color, your race, your creed, or your class, like where you are socially. Art is art. The main things that bring people together: food, music, and entertainment. I mean, music and entertainment can be interchangeable, but entertainment also goes into like voice acting and plays and theater, you know? So instead of just bashing things, people just need to learn to like appreciate the art. Like, I mean, we're living in a great time, folks. We're living in such a great time where we can enjoy these films and people can bring these films to life in such an amazing and artistically creative way. So let's not bash on it and let's just enjoy what we have. And another thing, after Cynthia Erivo did one song, her first song actually, there was an applause in the theater. That should let you know, like, this movie was phenomenal. So thank you guys for joining me for this video. I appreciate any and all support. You know the drill. Hit that like button, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks again for watching, guys. Until the next one.